did! I did! I did! I did! Ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of privacy I have left.
This man is still trying to play the victim? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the Boogie2988 situation. People have been recently talking a lot about Boogie2988 with his recent controversies scamming his audience. I'll be sure to update with new videos as this story plays out. Who knows how many more videos there will be because Boogie2988 keeps giving us more to talk about. It's like a never-ending loop of drama and questionable behavior. Talking about Boogie is like playing a game on the easiest difficulty. Imagine being a basketball star and getting handed free shots all the time. That's how wild it is to make content about him. But of course, there's always a reason behind it. We'll be covering the troubling things he has done. You'd think that with everything that's happened, he couldn't possibly get any worse. But somehow, he always manages to sink to a new low. Instead of taking responsibility for his actions, he always tries to find a way out and make people feel sorry for him, no matter the situation. People everywhere are discussing how Boogie2988 lied about having a rare blood cancer called polycythemia vera to get money from his fans. He scammed them out of $10,000 and possibly more through his manipulative tactics and fake sob stories. Given all the controversy surrounding him, it was only a matter of time before he got called out again. This happened on a live show called Lolcow, and if Boogie had even a bit of intelligence, he could have easily navigated through the situation. But he's not smart. He's always getting into more trouble and making himself look worse. During the live show, he tried to explain his fake cancer diagnosis. His attempts to gain sympathy are so transparent, it's almost painful to watch. Yet, he continues to dig himself deeper into a hole.
I'll make it as short and sweet as I can. I have several doctors. We took my blood test. We found elevated red blood cell counts, and then we looked for other markers. We found those markers. They determined that it was certainly polycythemia, potentially polycythemia vera, and they were going to treat me as if it was polycythemia vera. And that's what we've done for the last 2 years with the plan to always eventually get this bone marrow test. But again, I never wanted to get it done because it's stupid. It's painful. My friend Marie, I was talking to her about it last night. She said she had it done. She literally asked me not to ever get it done. She's fighting cancer herself.
Alright, so here's what Boogie is trying to tell us. He claims that he has elevated red blood cells, and the doctors suspect it might be polycythemia. It could be the non-cancerous form, or it might be polycythemia vera, which is cancer. To determine which it is, the doctors told him he needed a bone marrow test. In the meantime, they would treat it as if it were cancer. If the test confirmed cancer, they'd have a head start on treatment. If it wasn't cancer, then that would be a relief. According to Boogie, the doctors explained all of this to him. They told him that getting the bone marrow test was crucial to figure out whether he had cancer. Boogie wants us to believe that he went home with this serious concern on his mind, knowing that he needed to get this test to confirm whether he had cancer, and yet he chose not to get the test done for over 2 years. What makes this even more baffling is his reason for not getting the test. Despite the urgency and the importance of knowing whether he had a potentially life-threatening illness, he decided it wasn't worth it. He dismissed it as stupid, which leaves us questioning the truth behind his claims and the seriousness of his actions.
Because he's probably in the chat right now, you know.
When you manipulate or you lie, I notice it's like, yeah, my friend told me this, and it's the added stuff. Okay.
I'll send you a screenshot of that right now if you'd like to see it.
To be clear for the audience, what Boogie just said is that his video 2 years ago should have said, I have this disease. It may be the non-cancer type or the cancer type, but they're treating me for the cancer type. That's what the video should have been.
That's what the video exactly should have been.
Keemstar had to even ask, hey man, are you telling the truth or are you lying? That question alone should make it clear why you can't trust anything that comes out of Boogie's mouth. The reason is simple. Everything he says is a lie. Let's break it down. This guy has fabricated a cancer diagnosis. He deceived people with his claims about having polycythemia vera, a serious condition, just to get sympathy and money. Then there's the whole meme coin scam. He promoted and profited from a sketchy cryptocurrency, misleading his fans and taking their hard-earned money. These are just a couple of examples among countless other lies he's told throughout his career and personal life. I'll cover this in more detail in another video.
Unbelievable how he continues to find new deplorable ways to sink deeper into degeneracy and dig himself even deeper hole.
And now, because Keemstar asked him, "You're not lying to me now, right?" We're supposed to believe he's suddenly telling the truth? Sorry, but I'm not buying his stories anymore. In fact, I stopped believing them a long time ago. What really blows my mind is that even though Boogie knows the truth is out there and everyone sees him for what he is, a manipulative liar, he still thinks he can fool us. He genuinely believes he can continue this charade. He keeps insisting, "I'm really telling the truth this time, guys. I wouldn't lie about it now," but it's too late for that. His credibility is shot, and I'm not falling for his tricks anymore. It's clear that his manipulative tactics are no longer working, and the audience audience sees through his facade. So while he might think he's being clever, the reality is that no one is buying his stories anymore.
And cannot take responsibility for anything. Everything. This guy is the ultimate goddamn victim, okay? If he was an Elden Ring boss, he would be Boogie. Victimizer of Root, whatever crazy stuff. He never can accept any responsibility for anything in his life.
This lead to this man deleting his Twitter. He's folding, guys. Even Keemstar, who knows Boogie in real life and has seen him in person, is now fully aware of Boogie's manipulation tactics. This is a guy who has been friends with Boogie, yet even he can instantly spot when Boogie is lying. Boogie can't even make a complete statement without Keemstar cutting in to say, "Hey, are you making this up? This is what you usually do when you're lying." And yet, despite all this, I'm supposed to believe Boogie's story? Boogie offered to send Keemstar a screenshot of a conversation between him and his friend Marie, who has cancer. In this conversation, she supposedly advises him, "Hey, don't get this bone marrow test. It's stupid. It hurts." Am I really supposed to believe that a cancer patient would tell another potential cancer patient not to get a crucial test that could save their life? It's sad that Keemstar doesn't believe anything a man he considers his friend has to say. It says a lot about who Boogie is as a person. Moreover, Boogie claims to value his privacy so much that he refused tens of thousands of dollars and a trip to Disneyland just for a screenshot of his polycythemia vera diagnosis. Yet, he has no problem sending Keemstar a screenshot for free of a private conversation with one of his real-life friends. So, he couldn't provide an $80,000 proof of his cancer diagnosis, but he's willing to expose a personal conversation with a friend for free?
So he'll scam his audience for $10,000, but he won't just briefly show a little piece of his medical record here for 80 grand, 80,000 clams? That just doesn't add up. Because he's talking about how it's like the last bastion of privacy he has, which doesn't make any sense because Boogie has never given a fuck about privacy. Every single aspect of his life, he has pushed into the public eye that people have to just like have their fucking retinas burned out against their will because Boogie is shoving every aspect of his personal life down their throat. Yet this is the one thing he wants privacy on, even though he himself was the first one to ever talk about it. It just doesn't make sense.
This inconsistency is glaring. It's baffling to think that Boogie believes he can continue deceiving people with such contradictory behavior. He expects us to trust him now, despite his long history of lies and manipulation. But the reality is clear. His stories don't add up, and his attempts to manipulate are becoming increasingly transparent.
Is it possible that next time you see your doctor, you just come out and say, "Do I have cancer?" And he says, "Well, no. It could turn into cancer." Is that possible?
I guess that's possible.
So
I would have a really strong case for malpractice.
a person that knows they have cancer would be like, no, that is not possible at all. I have cancer.
Well, I'm saying I do have cancer and know it is very unlikely, but I guess it's possible my doctor could be a quack. I guess it's possible he's been lying to me for clout. I guess it's possible that he's been giving me
I don't think he's lying to you, Boogie.
So Boogie2988's story is a lesson in how repeated lies and manipulations can destroy trust. Despite his claims and pleas for sympathy, his actions show a pattern of deception that's hard to ignore. From lying about a cancer diagnosis to promoting shady schemes, Boogie's behavior raises too many red flags. It's tough to believe him now when his past is full of so many inconsistencies. He needs to seriously reconsider his actions and how they affect others. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. There's definitely more to uncover about Boogie2988, and I'll be here to keep you updated. But I'm just a guy making videos. See you in the next one. Peace.